Today, we will be showing you, a community member, how you can audit a local law enforcement agency to see if they are properly reporting their traffic stops and searches as required by state law. In North Carolina, police officers are required to fill out an information form for all but a few traffic stops. These forms record the reason for the stop, the date of the stop, demographic information about drivers and passengers, and anything notable that happens in the course of the stop, such as a search or use of force. Since 2002, law enforcement agencies serving populations of more than 10,000 people have been required by law to report the information on these forms to the State Bureau of Investigation. This information is now available to the public and can be located in the Open Data Policing database. However, the database is only as good as the data it contains, and sometimes departments fail to report their traffic stops. In order to ensure that agencies are reporting all their data to the state, you can conduct an audit of records using the Open Data Policing website. To conduct an audit, you will first need to visit the local courthouse in the county where the law enforcement agency you want to audit is located. At the courthouse, you'll need to find the court calendar, which will look similar to this form. Using the court calendar to identify any hearings for citations written pursuant to traffic stops, you can collect a group of cases to audit. For the purpose of an audit, you want to collect at least 30 cases to check for accuracy. Make a list of defendant names and case numbers. While our database publishes all known traffic stops, the system for conducting data compliance audits is not perfect. Some citations that may appear to be connected to traffic stops are not reported. For example, if a person is charged with speeding following a vehicular accident, it would not be recorded as a traffic stop if police did not arrive on the scene until after the fact. In other words, in order to exist in our database, a stop must be an independent event. After making a list of cases, find the clerk of court's office. Use your list to ask the staff to provide printouts of the ACIS reports for the cases. Within each ACIS report, there is a blank line towards the bottom that includes the shorthand ACCD for accident. If this field says N or is blank, the traffic stop should appear in the Open Data Policing database. The ACIS report also will show the date of the stop, the race of the person stopped, the person's gender, and the date of birth. All of these will be needed to look up the stop in the database. If the staff cannot obtain the ACIS printouts for the cases, request to see the shucks, which are groups of tickets held in the courthouse, and ask to make copies yourself. The ACIS reports in the shucks are public records, and North Carolina's public record law entitles you to see this information. The clerk's staff may not require you to say why you want the information as a condition of providing it to you. In larger counties, the ACIS database may be available at publicly accessible computers in the clerk's office. We recommend that you organize the information you find on the ACIS reports in a spreadsheet similar to this example. This will aid in easy comparison between the records in the database. Once you have the ACIS printouts and your spreadsheet, you can go to the Open Data Policing website to see if the traffic stops have been submitted.